I feel like if aliens are real, religion has to be fake.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Elaborate on that.
Bro, one, religion has to be fake. Two, all of our customs low-key have to be fake. Because all of our customs are based off of, like, more historic ideas.
So
you feel me?
But we only know what we know. You know?
Yes. So if aliens are real, then everything we know has to be fake.
And I agree with that.
Because it's not based off of aliens.
But I don't think that means necessarily that religion is just fake.
Bro, but this is the thing.
You know?
In what religion do you hear about otherworldly things?
Otherworldly things, not many. But extraterrestrials, a lot.
In what religion?
In Christianity.
What extraterrestrial do you know of?
There is a verse in Ezekiel, okay, where it talks about a flaming chariot. That's what they call it. Okay, but you can interpret it in a way where it sounds like a UFO.
This is cool.
You know what I mean?
Bro, but a UFO is just an unidentified flying object.
You're right. So, I guess in that sense,
if you take it as like an alien, though,
yeah.
But like you can't say an alien because it's like.
But what do you refer to as an alien? Like, are you thinking like straight up big head, no homo?
No, just like
big eyes,
a creature, like something like not a flying object.
Like
I'm thinking
like
of
an
entity,
biological
like
something
yes.
coming out of
yes.
something.
I'm not thinking of a unidentified like a spacecraft or like a ship or something flying that's not a being.
But why?
Like clearly, like you flying compared to an airplane flying, like okay, a man or a figure flying is gonna look a lot different than like a spacecraft or like an aircraft.
Yes.
So that's like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if you saw like a figure, like a man flying, that I would consider alien too. As compared to just a UFO or like a flying like object, like something like an aircraft, something to fly. Because, beings are not meant to fly, but we have objects that do fly. So like, if I saw a dude fly in the air, that's an alien. You feel me?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
No matter how he looked, there's not going to be a dude flying in the air.
Yes.
So when I think alien, I think like a creature or something. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to look like a man, but I don't think like a spacecraft.
Okay, so you're thinking straight up like person, like biological being.
Yes, like a being, not a craft or something that looks built.
So alright, but there's so they found bacteria on Mars. That's technically
a living being,
a living organism.
Yeah.
So technically there is life out there.
But we've also sent shit to Mars.
That's true.
What if the bacteria came off of what we sent?
That's also true. I mean, I don't know enough research on that. But
that is also not to discredit. That means there can be living things.
Exactly.
If it's supporting life. Because bacteria is life.
Yes.
Technically. You feel me?
I guess, yeah.
So, like, because it's a living being.
Yeah.
And if it's still living on Mars, that means life can technically...
on Mars,
yeah. So that's a little crazy. But I'm just saying, in terms of religion, there's not really religions that or from what I know, I don't know all the religions and whatever, but I don't think there's religions that talk about aliens. Unless their gods would technically not be gods. Like, in their religion, it would be considered gods. But if they actually are aliens, then technically they're not gods. They're just aliens.
Yeah, but the people that...
The people believe that they're gods.
Yeah.
But they're not actually gods then.
Yeah.
They're just aliens.
Yes.
Which would mean that religion is fake. But then also, Or it wouldn't mean that their gods are fake because they're not technically gods, they're just aliens.
Yes.
But then that will also discredit the religions that do not acknowledge
The existence
other entities outside of what we know on Earth. Like, if you look at Christianity, all the prophets are humans. All of what's to come are either angels or demons or, like, from, like, what we know to be, like, heaven or hell or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's something that we know of that we can't see because it's more like the spiritual realm.
There's also something called Nephilims in there. You know that?
I don't.
A Nephilim is essentially a giant.
Okay.
And in like the most like ancient texts of the Bible, the Nephilim came down, had sex with the humans, and they created offspring that were like called like the something else Philim, some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But there's some correlation between the angels and the Nephilim. So either the angels made the Nephilim or God made the Nephilim, something like that. There's like a discrepancy there. But there's also those beings that are.
But what is this based off of too? Because I never heard of this. And I'm not saying I read all the Bible studied it or whatever, but I never heard of this. I didn't either. You know what I mean?
This is what I hear from.
Because I do know
YouTube University.
Okay, yeah. Because I do know there are books of the Bible that got discounted.
Yes.
Like that they don't include, but that's because they were like false teachings or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know the exact you know what I mean, but I know there were some things that weren't included just because they weren't like whatever. But I'm going based off of I guess practiced knowledge. Because I don't know if that's practiced knowledge of of that religion.
Probably
you know what I mean?
Not. Yeah.
Because I don't know. I never heard of that. Because that sounds more like Greek mythology in a way.
In a way, it definitely does. But it all gets so intertwined at some point, I feel. You know what I mean? Like
which to not, the Greeks are in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, at some point, that did cross.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, it could be very possible that, I'm just missing something. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I didn't study this. It's not like I know everything on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, neither do I.
But, it sounds so, crazy. Because then if that's true, you know what I mean? Even just a true idea of that, would that be an alien that came and had sex with humans?
To a person who doesn't know what these things are, it definitely could be alien to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what I'm saying, to us or to the... Bro, because we have more information and technology than they did back then. So imagine, not us. Yeah. Imagine someone in, 100 BC or 200 AD or 300, 1000 AD. It doesn't matter. Imagine one of those more primitive people coming into contact with something that's just you know what I mean? They're going to think this is
like witchcraft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's something crazy. Yeah. Where to us, we're okay, it's aliens. But to them, they're yo, this is crazy. This is not
Well, I feel like the only thing they would know back then is oh, this is an angel or this is a demon. Or this is a holy thing.
Yeah, or this is... Yeah, this is a god. This is... But, a god to them, I feel is not a god to us. Because if we think God, we think holy, a savior, something that we praise because of a benefit. Yeah. But to them, I would say to older civilization, I would say a God is more so they do praise, but it's only because that being or that thing, whatever they're giving praise to, usually has more power. But outworldly power. You know what I mean? I'm gonna praise this thing because it has the ability to make shit happen out of nothing. You feel me? Like it's not so much like
Give me like a real world example if you can.
so like if you think let's just take up like Greek mythology or whatever mythology you would say like Zeus is a part of
Okay.
or like
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So these people or these gods, whatever it may be, they get praise like normal religion, whatever, because religion is really just praising a god.
Yes.
You know, these beings have more so like powers that we wouldn't have
Mhm.
on Earth as humans,
Mhm.
and that's why we praise them
Mhm.
because like Zeus can shoot lightning bolts and he's strong as fuck and you feel me like no one could defeat Zeus. He's just a god of all the gods.
Mhm.
Hermes is fast as fuck. He could fly. He got wings on his ankles and shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they have characteristics that are not humanly
Yes.
that make them more powerful than humans.
Mhm.
So because of that, we're gonna call them gods and praise them as if they're gods.
Mhm.
You
But
know
they
what I mean?
couldn't-
But it's not necessarily the fact that like I don't know, like they're just like a savior or like they've like
Yeah. I get what
came
you
and
mean.
like
They're just
did something for
otherworldly.
Earth. Yeah, like they're just
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't have the same characteristics as us,
Yeah.
which can be
yeah.
attributed to their aliens.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for us in history, they're gods, but really because of when they showed themselves, they weren't considered aliens, they were considered gods.
Mhm.
But to us, they would be aliens because, you know, we have more technology, more information, more
Yeah.
whatever you want to say.
Which is more information, really more knowledge about what happened.
Yeah. Because,
For
bro,
certain
we have the
situations.
internet. Imagine
Yeah.
imagine showing the internet to someone in 200 AD. They're going to be like, you're a god.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because we have something they've never, like, they can't
They couldn't
comprehend.
even think about
Yes.
something like this existing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine it was just an alien instead of it being like a mythology or like you know a belief or just like a I don't even want to say it was a religion but just like a following, just like a, you know what I mean, because I
Yeah.
don't know if a mythology is really religion. It's just a culture of people who believed in this and believed in that.
Yeah. It's written down history.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It could have just been an idea of a crazy person who took a lot of drugs.
Something.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing about that too. Like, how do you get one person to who say like might have been on drugs to convince so many people?
It's hard to say just because when you think about Greek gods and you think about Roman gods, they have similar powers with different names.
Yeah, they're all the same but different
Yes.
names.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have Jupiter, you have Zeus, you have, Neptune, you have Poseidon, you have all these different like correlations
Yeah.
and similarities, and they were very close to one another. You could feel like you could say that they were like competing. It's like, oh well, my god's greater than your god, but
Really, it's just a different name.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're the same,
It's the
but just
same-
different
it's
name.
Same deity to
Yeah.
them, but it's just a different name.
Yeah.
So, like, who's to say that? And like even like in Indian culture, they have different they have the Buddha, they have the god with the 16 different arms, and whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know exactly what they do, but they have similar features of other gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just it's crazy to see the similarities go down each and every religion / culture / country, and the one thing that a lot of them have in common is a flood.
The religion or just like the
The-
humanity portion?
The religion / history of the religion. A lot of them have a written down history of a flood. These are done in hieroglyphics. These are done in like different sculptures that were made, stuff like that. Like
I didn't know this.
and like and the biggest one that we know is Noah's Ark.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like the people who go and try and prove that Noah's Ark or that the Bible was a real thing go to that. They go to that and say, oh well, why do all these religions have
a flood?
And why is it so similar to the time period of the Bible? And then the people go back and forth, and these historians and all this other stuff. Like, it's very interesting shit, because like, you think about it, it's just like, okay, but now, yeah, if everybody had a flood in their history, who's right?
Yeah.
You know?
But so like even like to the point of I think the question of who's right is it's a dangerous question in a way, just because it's not about who's right, because if all of them have floods, then they're all right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just the question of where did this flood come from?
Mm-hmm.
And what time period did this flood happen?
Yes.
But besides that, would that speak to aliens or no? Because then what? If everyone had a flood, and if it was attributed to aliens, did they cause it? And does that mean by this time now, can we control the weather?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I thought we were going like crazy tangent right now.
Bro, deadass though, because bro, like I told you, some dude in one of my events earlier was on some shit. And he was talking about there's some something called like harp or something like that.
Yeah.
And they control the weather. And that's why whenever there's a big fucking like conspiracy, or like there's something that happens in the like in the political climate that's just controversial, there's a hurricane that happens right after to like fucking
take away from
to distract people.
Yeah, to distract people.
Like he was like, oh, when Bill Clinton was having the shit going on with the shawty in the White House and his wife, whatever, all of a sudden he's like, oh, there's a hurricane coming, and then a hurricane came. Or like when something was happening with George Bush and like Iraq or whatever, he was just like, oh, Hurricane Katrina's coming, and then Hurricane Katrina came. You feel me? So he was saying like there's apparently there's something called like HARP or some shit like that, where they have some type of, is it?
Yeah.
Is it in Africa? Because he was saying some shit about Africa.
I don't know about Africa, but
shit.
I've heard of the acronym HARP. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's a real program.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what they do, but I know I've heard of that program before.
He was trying to say they control the weather with like some type of devices, some type of machines or some shit that could cause hurricanes, and that they put thunder and lightning in the clouds, that they shoot fireworks in the clouds to make it seem like it's thunder and lightning, and it's destroying the atmosphere or whatever, and this and that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It sounds crazy, but Saudi Arabia, I don't like. Have you ever seen the like, it's like a city where it's only like 15 miles long, and there you could fit like 2 billion people in there, or whatever.
15 miles long.
Something like I could probably like be.
Bro, you know how many? Bro, 2 billion people?
Right, maybe not 2 billion, but it could fit a lot of people in it.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And the whole thing is to use less resources and to take away cars and have everything be accessible within a short distance. Okay. In this concept that Saudi Arabia has, they have said that they would also control the weather. Now, this isn't something that is like that far fetched, because like it's actually
granted technology now.
Exactly.
All that. Yeah.
It's actually possible to do things where you can manipulate it to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like within a few years from now, I'm sure you can be able to like say like, yo, I want a sunny day on Sunday. I want it to be 70 degrees, and I don't want it to be no rain. I'm sure you can do that by then. But right now, like we're in the beginning stages, but I'm pretty sure that does happen.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that like other countries that aren't America are more forefront about using those things.
Yeah.
You know, just because of their laws that they have, less
Yeah.
freedom of speech over there, and
Yeah, bro. My cousin was telling
things,
me when he was in Kuwait that like they had laws where like you can't touch the water, or like you just can't do certain shit. Like you just can't be outside and shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Like
wild.
what the fuck? You can't go to the ocean and touch the water. Some natural shit. You know what I mean? Like, which makes it seem a little sketchy.
Well, of course.
Because why can't I go touch the water?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But wild. I don't know. Because then, alright. So then in relation to the conversation, how does that get attributed to aliens?
Because we've learned this technology that seems so futuristic and so out of reach by backwards engineering their equipment. Their crashed vehicles. Okay, some people who work on these things or look at these things or try to find these things call them donations. Because let's think about it. Let's be real. You have a vehicle that can go from 1 second to 3 seconds, 0 to
3,000 miles per hour.
Yes,
in like a second.
Like that. You're not gonna just crash just be fucking cuz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're either gonna be like, yo, I'm studying this culture and this species of humans. I'm gonna leave this here. Yo, Jerry, come pick me up. Boom, boom, boom. Pick it.
and then
they get
humans just happen to find this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they don't find anybody in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they do. And
I mean, they've said that they found like
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the stuff. Like so, I know that I don't know, but I've heard that fiber optics. You know what that is?
Give me a little crash course.
So fiber optics is basically so that runs on fiber optics, that speaker. So there's a cable that runs from the speaker to the TV, and there's a laser. Okay, I don't know what the laser does, but it basically it connects the speaker to the TV.
Okay.
Okay, and it's some form of connection.
Okay.
That was founded from backwards engineering one of these crafts. This isn't common knowledge, or this isn't like spoken about much, because it's just like.
So, what makes you believe that?
I just heard it somewhere. Could be wrong.
Because if something as simple as that was backward engineered, where do you think internet came from? Was it progression, or was it backwards engineering?
It definitely could have been backwards engineering. The internet is such a
the internet is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's
another world,
one of a kind thing that it's like all right.
But is it one of a kind because we don't know of otherworldly things? You feel me? Or is it one of a kind because like it's just one of a kind?
No, so.
Well, to us, I mean, I guess to humanity, the internet is one of a kind because you're not gonna come. There's no way you could come up with another internet.
There hasn't been ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No. Yeah. I mean, since then and before then or whatever, bro. There's only, in my head, there's only need for one internet because the internet has everything.
Yes.
So, but like, the internet is such a. Like, I don't want to just leave it at like broad resource, but it's also Like the fact that the fact that you don't need another one, but also the fact that it's a resource that's always gaining traction, I guess you could say.
It's always evolving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's just you'll never need to create another one.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Would that be due to because I don't even know who the internet is attributed to.
Like who created it?
But
Group of scientists, probably.
probably. But if that's backward engineering and these aliens are so far ahead of us, like wouldn't the internet not really be like the internet we know? Because what the fuck they need the internet for?
But like we didn't know the internet before the internet. Like the internet before the internet was libraries.
Yeah.
You know?
It was just information. It's just information.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So
So-
if say we got the internet from aliens and shit, because bro, what the fuck is the internet? You feel me?
So if I were to describe the internet to
It's an
somebody
information database.
yes.
But you can also go deeper into the internet. But all of the internet is just humanly resources.
Put onto a
Database.
yeah.
That's all it is. So, and the internet also
So
lets
then that
you
wouldn't
create
that wouldn't be
an alien thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
So, say you did have the internet and it was backwards engineered. Because the only way that I could put the internet into really, like, is like, bro, like, you don't just come up with the internet. I mean, you can, you know what I mean? And it's like, all right, how can I make an information database that everyone in the world could access?
Yeah.
But you don't just, like, beep, boop, bop, internet.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, it to me, low key, it would make more sense if it was backward engineered from some type of alien technology. But if that was true, why the fuck would they be using the internet? There's no need. If they're so far advanced that they created the pyramids and shit, you feel me? Say the aliens created the pyramids way back when, like 2000 BC or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Bro, you think they would still be using the internet in the year 1990? Where we would find it and backward engineer it? You feel me?
I feel like
Because that's 4,000 years.
if you think about it, if you go to space, the internet doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I would definitely say that isn't backward, because all right. So if I'm thinking about it in like forms, right? So if I'm thinking about the first form of internet, it was maybe a platform where you can create or add information. Okay, then somebody came up with an algorithm, which is all it is just a computer code. Okay, of you can start to make websites and start to create websites, and then more humans created with their imagination, created different things, created Google, created Amazon, created Facebook, created Instagram, created all these different things, created YouTube, Google, they created all these things, and then more and more humans kept piling on, and then we have the internet of today. I don't see any alien things in there.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
besides,
So maybe we're thinking too specific then.
yeah, like when it comes to the pyramids, that shit was not done. So, all right.
Bro,
It could have been done by us, but they're
Bro, if I get 5,000 humans, we can hold 3,000 pounds.
yes, but to perfectly construct it to the point where it's seamless, you can't do that. Especially with the technology you had back then, that is even the technology we have now. It'll take you thousands of years.
People are smart, bro.
Yeah, but not to do that.
But to do what? What they really do?
I think that so what I've heard and read is that they had different. They could have possibly had different technology back then, and they had a form of cataclysm / like disaster that wiped them out and wiped the technology out, or at least the knowledge of it.
But what kind of technology are we talking? Because, like, bro, there's no electricity. There's no shit.
So the theories that I've heard on the pyramid is that they use vibration to lift things. They use vibration to combine like H2O, or they combine oxygen and hydrogen to create some type of different thing or whatever. Like they used molecules with the form of vibration to create different things. So like in the king's chamber in one of the pyramids, I don't know which one it is, there's 2 different shafts, no homo. And and the shafts no homo. They are theorized to gather hydrogen. Okay? Because if you notice, I don't like the tip, no homo, of the pyramids are gold plated.
Okay.
Or they have gold on it.
Okay.
And gold is a very
hard to come by substance.
Yeah, and it's also a reflective substance, or like, it absorbs something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's easy to get things. I don't know, bro. I'm fucking bullshitting right now, if I'm being honest. Because my knowledge of it is not that good. But
no. You're on a good track right now. Yeah, keep going.
So the gold tip, no homo. Like it like. It attracts something, or it contains something, and allows the hydrogen to get into the shafts, no homo, to be able to disperse in a way where things could be moved and accessed easier. Yes.
Okay.
At least these are theories that people who study this shit day in and day out that I've heard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a crazy ass theory, because it kind of makes sense.
But what does hydrogen do? Does hydrogen make substances lighter? Yes, hydrogen makes substances lighter because it is the lightest element on the periodic table, meaning when added to a compound, it significantly reduces the overall weight compared to other elements it might replace. This is why hydrogen is considered a lifting gas and is much lighter than air.
Why would you call something a lifting gas if you weren't trying to lift something?
Well, that's what we call it. And
yes,
that might be attributed to because of that.
Maybe.
But, so what would that mean? Does gold gather hydrogen?
Gold is like I said, look up if gold is it metal that absorbs things. Like the gold is specific for something. I forget what exactly it is. Maybe it reflects something.
Apparently gold bonds with hydrogen. Because gold requires almost no thermal energy to initiate a reaction with the hydrogen. And it only activates that reaction at the interface with titanium oxide. It says gold absorbs a range of light wavelengths, including visible light. So it says gold absorbs blue light more than other wavelengths, which gives it its characteristic yellow color. It also absorbs radiation at a higher rate than tissue. And gold nanoparticles can release electrons when they interact with radiation, which radiation comes from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So gold nanoparticles absorb and scatter light efficiently at specific wavelengths, which is known as surface plasmon resonance. It says gold also reflects a lot of light, which is why it's used in mirrors and reflective coatings. Gold's reflectivity is useful in optics and electronics, and it's used in the James Webb Telescope, which looks at infrared light. No, hydrogen is not mainly electrons. A hydrogen atom consists of only one proton and one electron, meaning it is essentially equal parts proton and electron, with the electron being the only component that orbits the proton in the nucleus. Which, I mean, it's not saying much, just because if it's equally proton and equally electron, then the electrons are the ones that are going to also be affected by the gold because the gold is the one that interacts with the electrons. So it's really just pulling from the electrons. You know, so I mean the theory really makes sense, but at the same time, are you attributing that to aliens or people?
I don't think that we like humans built the pyramids. I think it was either a different species or aliens. I don't think it was us. Like either we were informed by aliens and helped with it by aliens, or aliens did it themselves.
But so then, where are the records?
That's the thing. Because of some type of natural disaster / cataclysm that happened, we don't have those things. They're buried under the sand.
The records of aliens?
The records of ancient Egypt,
aliens.
Of ancient Egypt, and all the truth about actually what happened there is buried under that. Because if you think, if you look about like thousands of years ago, that used to be a wetlands. Used to have trees. Used to have grass. Used to have rivers and all that. It's never a deserted place. Like if you go back in time, you do like that like the time like scale thing, whatever. That used to be like a very
like a fruitful place, I guess you could say. Like yeah.
Yeah. Based off of what the history says about ancient Egypt and the things that they had there. The only thing that they would need to have a fruitful atmosphere in order to have the things that some of the things that they had there.
Like what?
I don't know the answer to that. That's where my knowledge is.
Would that go along with the pyramids though?
In a way, because or like the limestone, right? The limestone that was used to create the pyramids, what the blocks are made out of, came from a quarry like a lot of miles away. And you're not gonna have you ever drag something like you ever go to the beach and you drag a cooler through the sand without wheels? That bitch is heavy. That bitch is heavy. That bitch is heavy, and it's not. It was never that heavy before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's facts.
You fucking try and drag a fucking 2 ton, 4 ton, however fucking tons that bitch was, and through the sand. That bitch ain't moving.
But imagine you got slaves. That bitch is moving,
yes,
bro.
But listen.
Imagine I got, for 4 tons, I got, equally fucking 200 slaves. They carrying that bitch, bro. If I'm, bro, you better carry that bitch, bro. They carrying that shit, bro.
If you're barely feeding a slave, as they were called back in
Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah, that's why we got 2,000
yes,
of them,
but
bro.
if you're barely feeding them, they're not gonna have strength. They're not gonna have they're gonna die. They're gonna die trying to drag that shit through the sand.
Yeah.
Even the healthiest person.
Yo, fucking, I don't want to say a name because that shit goes out racist. Yo, bring your young little son who been eating lamb to come and drag this bitch. Fuck you. Dead.
Bro, but how they gonna get lamb?
What do you mean get lamb? They
How
don't
they
eat
get
lamb.
lamb? No, lamb.
Oh, lamb.
Lamb. You said they eat lamb, right?
Bro, whatever the fuck they, I don't know what the fuck they eat, bro. Like,
bro,
they eat whatever.
Eat this shit,
bro, because from what I understand in history and shit, the Egyptians owned slaves that were, like, Jewish and shit. Or, like, Israeli. Who are Jewish by nature. You feel me? And they eat clean meat. Or kosher meat. Which back then is not really, it's just really dependent on animal, not dependent on someone blessing the meat. Lamb is the cleanest animal.
But where do they get the lamb if it's not a fruitful land?
But you said it was fruitful land.
Yes, but your theory of dragging the limestone through the sand is with the slaves.
That's not my theory.
Yeah, but you just said that. You're saying, oh, if I had 2,000 slaves, they can drag that shit through the sand. That's what you just said.
Oh, they can, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you're saying that they eat lamb. How are they going to get the lamb if it's all sand?
Bro.
Your theory's fucked.
Bro, listen.
Listen.
I don't know if the Egyptians fucking cared about clean meat or not. Because they didn't worship the same gods. You know what I mean? That clean meat shit was only, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not an expert. You know what I mean?
Apparently Jesus visited Egypt.
By whose measure?
What do you mean?
What do you mean he visited Egypt?
This is in the Bible.
Like, but like old Egypt,
I don't know.
or
I
like
don't know.
Egypt in his time, like he passed through type.
Okay,
shit.
but in his time,
Because we could visit Egypt,
you're
like
right,
that
you're
type
right,
of shit.
you're right,
You know
you're
what I
right.
mean? Or like you mean like.
But why would I don't like again? I haven't read the full Bible. I don't know. This is what I heard off of a YouTube video. But this is all my knowledge right now. But supposedly he did visit Egypt. Did he visit Egypt during the pyramid times? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, was it like
I don't know. Was it ancient Egypt?
Like, yeah, that's
Did
what
he
I'm
meet
saying.
the
Like,
pharaohs? I don't know. I can't speak on that. I don't know. It would be cool just to say yeah, because he'd be like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm the real shit. You know what I mean? He'd be
just
like,
pull up like
be gone, bitch.
floating like
Exactly.
what's up?
Exactly.
What's up? Yo,
He's like, the fuck you, boy!
let my people go. That would be wild,
Bro, because if you think about it, was Moses after Jesus or before?
Before,
It was before Jesus.
yeah.
So that would mean that the pyramids would be there when Jesus goes to visit, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that means he knows he would visit the pyramids.
Well, they didn't say that the pyramids were built. I don't know if they said that the pyramids were
but
built.
Moses.
But I think they were working on them at that time. And when I like consciously think about it and whatever, you know what I mean? What else you need all them slaves for?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. and what did Moses part? The Red Sea. Why would there be a sea in a desert?
Yeah, but the Red Sea's still there.
Water?
Yeah.
In the desert?
Yes.
Alright, bro.
You ever heard of Oasis?
Yeah, but that's not a sea.
It's not a sea, but
An
those
oasis
seas.
is barely like a river.
I'm pretty sure a sea runs from the ocean. It's just an excess of ocean that flows through land. Which, I mean, it would still have to be because I don't know if that much ocean could run through sand.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
by then, especially with the heat,
it
if it's
still
not a constant
exists,
flow,
though.
it would have dried up.
I'm pretty sure the Red Sea still exists. Like the same way the Nile exists.
The Nile's dried up, though. It's drying up, at least.
It's drying up. But if you think about from then to now,
Yeah.
we overuse resources like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, the worst
Yeah.
threat to humanity is humans.
100%.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, okay, it's just drying up just because, like, nah. Like, we
Because of natural
overusing,
shit,
we overusing everything. And I don't know how true this is, but apparently AI uses so much water that within the next, like, 70 years, the Earth will be dried up.
Yeah, I did see that somewhere.
I don't know how true that is, but I seen it.
But, like, why are they using water? You know? Like, I guess to
I
run
don't
their
know.
plants that run the AI, but at the same time, like, you can't use, like, any other energy? Like solar? Like,
Anything, bro.
wind? Like, something else?
Bro, you
like,
could use reusable hydroelectricity,
There you go, something.
in my opinion, but I don't know if you could put that in a robot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how well does that translate to internet or to a Tesla robot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're going to put a water core inside of the robot? Which, I mean, that kind of sounds sustainable. I'm not going to lie.
Does it, though?
Bro, if I have a $40,000 Tesla robot and all I have to do is water it every 2 months, bro, I'm turning the faucet on. Like, bro, like, what you mean, bro? Like, bro, easy peasy, bro.
I just don't get
That's
how...
not a fact, bro.
Yeah, but I don't get how it works. Like, what do you mean? Like, what, like, the water pumps something and it, like, starts moving shit and then it fucking...
Well, when I think
works,
hydroelectricity, I think of like, dams. And, like, I don't know if you've ever, like, I never really studied it, but, like, I've had classes on it. And it's, like, usually dams have pumps, kind of. Like, they're kind of like windmills.
Mm-hmm.
but they're just pumps in the dams, and so they just go like this. And because dams, build up so much water, it's not like they're turning water into electricity. They're just using the water to generate the electricity.
Okay.
So the water is just pumping that shit, turning the fucking churn, whatever it is, boom, boom. Water is a force.
Yeah.
If you have constant water pushing against you, you're going to have to fight against the water to stay where you're at.
Yeah.
So that water is just turning this shit, whatever the fuck is turning, is producing electricity because that's energy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because energy can't be created, it can't be destroyed, it can only be transferred. So this motion is just fucking creating a turbine, creating whatever, just creating energy. And this is turning it to something that produces the energy, and that energy gets transferred to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Energy, right? So, do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know, bro.
Okay. So.
I believe in spirits.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's like the same, but I believe in spirits personally. I don't know if I believe in spirits that stay here.
Okay. So.
But I believe in spirits in general.
So I bring that up because you're saying about energy, right? Us as humans, we give off an amount of energy. Whether that's less, whether that's high, whatever. We give off some type of energy.
Yeah,
right?
we have to.
And when
naturally.
And when we die, okay, our energy may stay wherever we die. Okay? So, have you ever been to a house or a place and you felt off or you felt weird, and then you find out later on that something or someone died there, or somebody lived there for so long and then it got transferred over to facility that they died at, and most of the memories are saved at said place?
No.
You never felt like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I have, at least. I don't think so.
So when before my parents moved into the house that they live at now,
Someone died there?
no.
Well, I was
No.
about to say, bro.
So my parents looked at the house that they had.
That's creepy, bro.
Actually,
Nah, bro.
nah. All right, never mind. I don't think so. But my parents took me. I was like maybe 12, 14, something like that. To the house that they lived at and they had before they had me. They're living together in their first house. It was in Northampton.
Okay.
A while back. Okay. When I went with them, I felt off. I'm like, yo, this is mad dark and gloomy here. Like, I don't know what it is. I didn't tell.
Whoa, what the fuck? Yeah, just in someone's house?
They were selling it.
Oh, okay.
So
what, you just went
they
to
were thinking,
like,
yeah, they're like, oh, let's go see it. Like, this is where, me and your dad met.
like originally type shit. This is where shit happened. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Like, let's just go, let's go see what you think about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're talking to me about how they did this here. Like, we had parties here, whatever.
Yeah, we were getting it on.
Anyways.
This is where you was made, Mike.
Anyways, so I went there. I felt off the whole time. I felt like this is weird. I didn't say anything, right? I mentioned it in the car ride back. Come to find out, the realtor said somebody had died there.
That's why they were selling it? Or like just in general, someone just died there?
Just in general, someone had died there. From the time that they had lived there until we looked at it then. Somebody had died there. And
Okay.
I fell off from it. You know what I mean? So whether I felt that person's energy, they were sad, fell off, they felt distant, whatever. I just felt like I was uncomfortable while being there. So
They feel like someone was touching you?
no, nobody's touching me. But like, I had no like previous notion of knowing that somebody died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
So
you
it's
just
like,
felt like
I felt off.
like something.
Why would I feel off if that energy was not still there?
Yeah.
That goes to say, I don't know if that's a ghost. I don't know if that's a spirit, but the energy was still there. So I think that maybe that theory is correct. That energy doesn't die, and maybe like, but like, why would I feel that?
Yeah.
You know, why would a person feel anything that would have happened in an old home?
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like if ghosts or spirits or energy, like if that stuff doesn't exist, why would that happen?
But that's one of the laws of nature. Is like energy can't be created or destroyed.
Yeah, but who
It
created
can
the laws of
only
nature?
be a human.
Exactly. We
Yeah,
don't know
we're
shit.
faulty. Yeah, that's
Let's be real,
facts.
we don't know
But
shit.
I mean, yeah, we don't. But
Unless the aliens told us like, yo, this is real.
they're living.
Who?
Aliens. If we have to acknowledge aliens, they're
Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we believe that there's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Because how the fuck else are we going to say, oh, aliens are real unless they're living and have visited us and we've seen them and this and that. It's not like, you know what I mean? I mean, bro, they could have pressed a button like, oh, in 2024 of December, you're going to visit this coordinates.
Yeah.
Beep, bop, boop. The ship comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we've only really seen, like, flying objects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could beep, bop, boop that shit. But, like, who did it?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. I mean, low key, we could say that it is true about the energy part. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. I believe in spirits and shit.
Mm.
So yeah, but what's keeping you on Earth? Cause to me, what I believe is like, there's a soul, there's a spirit, and there's the flesh.
So you think the soul and the spirit are two different things?
Yeah,
How so?
I believe, from what I've seen break down in terms of like religion and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a soul, there's a spirit, there's a flesh. In the Bible, it says the flesh goes towards like your earthly, like human nature.
Which makes
You know what
sense.
I mean?
Yeah.
Your soul is, I believe it's either no. I believe it's your spirit that goes towards like what's godly, believing in like religion, believing in like a god, believing in something higher than yourself. Your flesh just feeds into what's earthly.
Mm-hmm.
Like your flesh feeds into self-indulgence and just like indulging in the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit, I believe, is what feeds into there's something higher than you, there's something more than what we know.
Okay.
And your soul is kind of like who you are. Your soul is just your soul is like, it's you. It's who you decide to be. Your soul could be, I am making the decision to be more fleshly, or I'm making this decision to be more spiritually. You know what I mean? So I'm either making the decision to just say like, fuck it.
So wait.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
sorry.
self-indulge in human nature.
Go back to what the spirit means.
So I think the spirit is, I'm pretty sure from what I've learned, is the spirit is just is the one that's towards like something more than us, something more godly, something more spiritually, something more than us than we can really fathom. You know what I mean? Like there's something greater than us. And the flesh is just, it's the world. We're humans. This is human nature.
Mm.
We're going to indulge in that.
Mm-hmm.
And the soul is what decides. But the soul is not really what decides. It's you who decides. You are the soul.
Mm.
So your soul either goes spiritually or it goes fleshly. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, it's spiritually is more so just like, okay, there's something greater than us. Like there's a being that's greater than us. There's a being that controls everything that is outside of my comprehension, outside of what I understand. But the flesh is just what I do understand, is the earth, how the earth works, how people work, how humans work. This is what I know. This is what I can see. This is what I can touch. This is like fathomable, you know? Mm-hmm. So the soul is just in between. So you have the spirit on this side and you have the flesh on this side, and the soul is somewhere in between. So you are the soul.
Yeah.
But depending on which way you lean, it could either be more towards the world or it could be more towards spirituality. Whatever you may whatever you may define that as. You feel me?
Yeah.
It could be, you could define that as Muslim, you could define that as Christianity, you could define that as whatever God you believe in. But there's two separate ones. Because if you look at religion, it doesn't really matter about what's fleshly. I mean, it kind of matters about what's fleshly, but it more so matters about what you choose. Because most religions are based off rules. You feel me? And these rules bring you closer to that spirituality. And further from the fleshliness. But what's in the middle of that? There has to be something in the middle of that because you're choosing one or the other. So there has to be something with free will. That free will is your soul. So that means there has to be some kind of energy. You feel me? There's something there. There's something that's not totally here or not totally there. But there's something in the middle that is an energy. Which can attribute to the law of energy is not created or destroyed. It's just energy.
Because the soul is not ever...
It's not created, bro. It's there. Like, I mean, you were created, but your body was created.
So that's... Damn, because then that plays a little bit into, like, reincarnation. Because
it can play into reincarnation, but if you think of... But it depends what you believe at the same time.
Yeah, of course. But in the sense that, you know... Not that you believe in the religion that believes in reincarnation, but you do get, you know, like your soul doesn't die, but yet, like you ever hear about, I'm an old soul, you know, like my soul, why would somebody say you're an old soul if you're new to this life?
Yeah,
you know,
unless
you were a part of a different life before.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So it's like, okay. If you're an old soul, that would mean that reincarnation or some sort of, you know,
transference type shit.
Yeah, some type of thing that is real. And when we die, that's where we go. We go back to that place.
But that's the thing too.
Like you can think about it like a conveyor belt. It's like you go back on the you go back in line.
Yeah.
To get ready to come back down.
Type shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's a theory because how would we know?
And we can't prove that.
You can't prove that. There's nothing, bro. There's nothing like you. There's no way anybody could prove that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about these things in detail because it really makes you think about like just the world around you. Yeah, life. You know, like
yeah, bro. I don't know. It's crazy to really just contemplate, bro.
Yeah. Like
what's real and what's not, or what's true and what's false, or what's just like what's deeper than us, bro.
It's fun. These are the type of conversations that I really like to talk about because it's like the small talk bullshit. Like we're not getting anywhere if I talk to you small talk, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say hi to you 45 times. It's not gonna mean shit.
No, yeah. I mean?
Like,
but I don't know if this is small talk. This is just more so this
is like very in-depth conversation.
Oh yeah, it is, you know, but it's also like it's very like because it's to me it's not necessarily small talk, but it's not necessarily real talk because it's all speculation.
It's all fun.
Yeah,
it is. It's all fun.
Yeah,
it's all fun.
Yeah, it's just conversation.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, which is like it's what we like to have. Conversation. Exactly. You feel me? So. If y'all enjoy this conversation or some others that we have, please like and subscribe.
Let us know down in the comments.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. We could do some research. We could do our due diligence.
Let us know.
Catch you on the next one. Deuces.